Hello everybody, this is Mayhem and Kid Chaos. We're here with our new friend, Flat Stanley. And Flat Stanley is coming from us compliments of Kaysen and Miss Kozak's class in Mars area, Pennsylvania.
Kaysen is my cousin.
Kaysen is a cousin. And he sent us Flat Stanley, and he has been on a whole bunch of adventures with our family this week. So a big thank you to Mars area Pennsylvania Elementary School. Thank you for doing the project. Kid Chaos has really enjoyed it and learning more about Flat Stanley's adventures. If you want to learn more about Flat Stanley's adventures, go to your local library or your school library and look up his books. He has documented everything. He's been so many places. And you know what? Mayhem and Kid Chaos have not been to the places Flat Stanley have. We kind of want to go though.
He went to New York in Japanese.
Yeah.
And I can't go to Japanese.
Yeah. But you know what? Maybe one day, because if Flat Stanley can do it, you can do it. You know why? Because we don't say that we can't. We say that we can.
In the middle of the night, a bulletin board fell on a kid. Now he's flat.
Yeah, well, you know what? He made the best of his situation, didn't he? Okay. So, in honor of Flat Stanley, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a flatbread pizza. We started off with 4 cups of gluten-free flour. We're going to add in 1 packet of instant yeast. You want to add in the sugar?
Where do we put it?
Put it in here.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it. No eating the sugar. We added 2 tablespoons or teaspoons of sugar. Now we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Ready? All right. And we need a adult size pinch of salt. To that, we're going to add 2 cups of warm water. Go ahead and put your gloves on. We're wearing gloves because we're handling food that we're going to eat. To this, we're going to add in 2 cups of warm water.
Can I do that?
No, I'm going to do this part.
This is my favorite part.
And remember, adults, it can't be cold water and it can't be hot water. It has to be warm water to activate the instant yeast. And if you're going to use non-instant yeast, you need to make your sugar and yeast mixture ahead of time. Let your yeast start feeding and eating. You know what yeast is?
What?
Yeast is a microorganism that feeds. Instant yeast is instantly hungry. As soon as we add the water and the sugar, it goes gobble, 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 gobble.
Can I touch it?
Just a second. I want to get it well incorporated. And what does incorporate mean?
I don't know.
Incorporate means that we want everything together. We want it blended because we're making a dough. All right, you see how I'm cupping my hands and I'm taking my hands around the dough as it's forming. And then it's coming together. See that? But we want all of that in there to make the dough ball. Because what happens when we have a dough ball?
Explodes.
No, we have pizza, or rolls, or bread. There's so many things that you can make with dough, like pastas. And the reason we're using a gluten-free dough is because some people can't eat gluten.
If you're allergic to pepperoni, don't put a pepperoni on it.
Yeah, and if you're allergic to gluten, don't put gluten in it.
If you put pepperoni in it, you'll have to go to the hospital.
Yep. We don't want to go to the hospital, do we?
Daddy, put it in here so I can touch it.
All right. Now,
How does it feel, Daddy?
it feels doughy.
Okay.
So now we're going to add some olive oil to it.
How much olive oil?
We're going to add it to the bowl.
Ooh, now I can touch it.
Yeah. Take your hands, rub olive oil all over the sides and bottoms of the bowl.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Like all over the bowl?
All over. You know why?
Why?
We want that bowl to be oily.
Yay.
Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
All right. You have olive oil all over the bowl so the dough won't stick. I've been putting olive oil all over the dough so the dough won't stick. But you know what the dough has to do?
What?
The dough has to rise. And then you know what we get to do?
What?
We get to punch it.
Punch it.
Yeah, we're gonna punch the dough.
Yes.
We're gonna punch the dough. So now what we're gonna do
Is punch it.
is we're gonna cover this with cellophane. We're gonna stick it in an oven.
Can I take off the gloves now?
Yeah, you can take them off, put them in here. And we're gonna let them go in the oven at 175 to 200 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. We're gonna let the yeast activate and take our dough and our flour and our sugars and incorporate air into it, and our dough ball is gonna rise. While we're doing that, we're gonna make a pizza sauce, get some cheese ready, some pepperonis, while our dough is sitting back and it's rising. All right, so now we have our dough in the oven and it's rising. All that yeast is in there actively going gum, 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 forming air, and our dough is actually gonna double. Even though it's gluten-free and there's no wheat in it, it's gonna double in size. And then we're gonna punch it down.
We're gonna punch it so hard it cries.
Right now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make our marinara sauce, which is a red sauce on a pizza. And we're starting out with medium cut tomatoes,
Some of that stuff again.
olive oil. We're heating. Now we've had our heat on to our pan for a little bit, and what we're doing is we're letting it get hot until the olive oil has a sheen to it. Once it has a sheen to it, and you'll know your pan is hot enough when you throw some water into it, just off your fingertips, get some water, throw it in the pan. If it automatically goes from a solid liquid to a gas state, your pan is ready. If it goes from a solid liquid and stays a solid liquid and starts dumping around your pan like it's on fire, like, ow, 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 this is hot, ow, ow, this is hot, then it's not ready. Your pan's too hot, take it off the stove, move over, let it cool down. If it just sits there as a liquid and it's not balls of liquid, then your pan's not hot enough. So we're working with medium-high heat, so Kid Chaos is staying over here because this is gonna burn him, right? And we always do safety first. You see the steam? So we're gonna turn it down just a little bit. And then we're gonna cool our pan down.
Get the mix.
Watch this. And we're gonna go away from us.
Dad, you almost got me!
No.
That scared me to death!
That scared him to death.
Daddy, bad.
Now, that hissing sound means the pan was where we wanted it. It had hot oil, cold ingredients. It makes a make that sizzle sound.
Like a snake.
Yeah, lets us know that's where we want it.
Can I try, Daddy?
Just give me a second. I'll let you do the ingredients.
Yay.
Now we're gonna mix this and we're just gonna let it sit for a second. It's not gonna take long, but it's gonna sit for a second. Once the tomatoes, and we got about 5 to 6 tomatoes in here on a medium dice. Once the tomatoes get to a certain temperature and they're all relaxed and they're like, oh, this feels so good. Oh, then the tomatoes are going to start to release their juice, and the volume in the pan is going to start increasing, and we're almost there.
Hola la vista, baby.
Yep. By the time we're done, it's hasta la vista, baby. Right into the tummy.
I'm controlling you.
Okay. Now, remember we go forward and then around.
Can I try now?
Forward.
Forward and around.
Yep. There we go. Small rounds. We don't want it to come out of the pan. All right. So our tomatoes have got.
Is this one hot?
No, that one's not off. That one's off. Our tomatoes have got to where they release their juices. Now, the amount of stuff in the pan has turned around and it's almost doubled. Now it's went from a solid tomato to almost like a tomato soup. In that, we're gonna add, I thought you wanted to add.
Oh yeah.
So dump this in.
All of it? Are you
All of
sure?
it. Yep.
Hola la vista, baby. Wait,
And then
how
we're gonna
am I
mix
supposed
it.
to do that?
Yep. Oregano.
Duh.
Thyme.
So 2 more ingredients. I done missed out, baby.
Rosemary. Basil. And I'm doing about a tablespoon, the 5 or 6 tomatoes, I'm doing about a tablespoon of each.
Daddy's
Which is-
very silly sometimes.
And then paprika and red chili flakes.
Hey!
Now we're going to add a pinch of salt.
Can I do that?
A pinch of pepper. No, oh, put that back. Put the lid on it. There we go. With that, and the reason we put the stuff inside and add this salt and pepper up here is so it's not in one spot, but it's all over the pan. Now we're going to cool the pan down just a little bit by adding about 2 ounces of tomato paste.
Tomato toothpaste.
Yep, tomato toothpaste.
Now we mix that in real good.
Yep, and to that, we're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Now we've got it worked up. It's almost into a marinara sauce, which is a thick sauce. It's still kind of chunky because we use fresh diced tomatoes, and fresh ingredients instead of canned ingredients are always better because they don't have the preservatives. It's a healthier choice, but we have dun dun dun
the smasher.
the smasher.
It can smash your face too.
Yeah, but we're not going to smash our face. We're going to smash the tomatoes like, yeah.
Karate, tomato chop.
So now we're getting those chunks broke down. Here, put that on top of that plate there.
Right here? I don't know where that cool down first.
Yep. So we lifted it up off the heat. We're smashing the tomatoes. We're smash.
Can I try?
You want to try? I'm going to turn the heat all the way off.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're smashing the tomatoes.
Okay, put it over here so I could, you know.
It's reduced off the heat. And what we're going to do, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter.
Can I try? Okay, pour all in.
All in. 2 tablespoons of butter that we've cubed down into 8 pieces.
Smash it. Can I smash?
No, we're not smashing. Now what we're doing is we're taking this, and after you removed it from the heat, you add in the 2 tablespoons of butter. After we take the heat off, we've cut it. And what that does is to give us a nice silky sauce, which when we eat it, has a better feeling.
Tomato didn't get smashed.
This one? That one there?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, now our marinara sauce is formed together.
Put the most.
And as you can see, we've got a nice thick sauce. It's going to make a great pizza. It's about time for our dough to get ready. It's about time to punch it. And then we're going to punch it down and make 2 pizzas out of it. Flatbread pizzas in honor of our friend Flat Stanley. Okay, so our dough is out of the oven. It's risen. If you notice, it's about twice the size. Our marinara sauce that we just made is setting. It's getting cooled down to room temperature, so it doesn't cook the pizza as we put it on. So now we're going to turn around and we're going to punch the dough.
We're going to punch it so hard it's going to cry.
Punch the dough.
Oh, wow! Can I try?
Yeah.
Okay, you hand it over.
So what we're doing is that yeast has got in, it's formed the bubbles, it's made the dough rise. Now we're punching it back down, making it elastic, kind of like chewing gum, but it's pizza gum. Right?
Oh.
So now we're going to turn around, and your results will be a little bit different if you use non-gluten or flour with gluten in it than ours.
No, it's just like a regular pizza, but it's a lot better.
We're going to take this out. This is actually enough dough to make 2 pizzas.
You would need a wad of dough to make 100 pizzas if you were throwing a pizza party.
Yes. 100 pizzas.
Can I try to do that, Dad?
Hold on. So we're going to turn around. We're going to get it onto the board. We're going to work it just a little bit.
Can I do that part?
Hold on a second. To make it pliable. What we're wanting is a pliable dough. Now, since Kid Chaos wants to touch the dough, look at the expression on his face. He wants to touch the dough. But you come over and push through using the heels. Over and push through using the heels. This is reincorporating. This is stretching all of those gluten. Well, this is gluten-free, but in regular dough, it's stretching all of the gluten products.
What's that?
So now we have it all formed up about into a ball. Now remember, we're making flatbread pizza in honor of our friend Flat Stanley.
Hey, Daddy, I thought we were supposed to put it flat and then put it in the oven and then do the toppings.
Well, we are. Right now we have a ball. You know what we have to do?
What? Roll it.
We've rolled it. We got it rolled around.
Okay.
Now we have to make one ball into two
How do we do that?
by division.
We're supposed to Operation Cut.
Operation Cut. It's go time.
Whoa! How about you do one and I do one?
Okay.
This is my part.
That is a pretty good
What are we supposed to
50-50 cut, if I say so myself.
What do we put? Oh, 2 balls.
So now we're going to roll this around in our hand real quick to make it into a ball.
I'm good at making balls.
And we're going to clean this area off because why? We want a clean work area.
Dad, can I do this?
You can do that. Just like working with Play-Doh.
Like Play-Doh, but it's food actually.
So now we're going to turn around and pinch it. Now, adults, this is where you can take a rolling pin or something like that to form your dough.
Yeah. Hey, I did it. Remember, kids, the parents use the hot stuff. If you do it, you'll probably catch your house on fire all by yourself. So please use your help. Ask your parents. No, that wasn't right. So do we have a rolling pin, Dad?
Do we have a rolling pin?
Yeah, I need a rolling pin.
You need a rolling pin. I think we have a rolling pin. Poof! We have magically added a rolling pin. Thanks to Kid Chaos saying he wants a rolling pin. The way you use a rolling pin is very loosely. You let the weight of the rolling pin do the work. And you want to roll this dough down to between 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch. Roll it in different directions. Now this makes a very rustic flatbread pizza. Now if you've seen flatbread, it's not all round and everything like the pizzas you might get from the stores or one of the restaurants. It's not all puffy, but remember, we're doing this in honor of Flat Stanley, because we don't want to insult him by giving a nice puffy pizza. So we're doing flatbread.
Hey, Daddy, can I borrow it? Hey, Dad, your pizza's very big.
All right.
Thank you. I'll put it right over there. I'm going to do that little... Oh,
So
sorry.
while you're doing that, I'm going to loosely roll my pizza
Up into a rolly thing.
up into a rolly log. And then I'm going to pull out one of our cooking sheets, and then I'm going to unroll onto our cooking sheets, and that's how we get it from one side to the other. Remember, when you're going from the table to the cooking pan, just simply roll it up and unroll it.
I'm trying to do it like yours. Wait, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Wait, can I roll over Flat Stanley?
No, we can't roll over Flat Stanley. He's already flat. Silly. So after we get this rolled out, we're going to put his onto a pan just like ours. We're going to stick it in an oven on 425 degrees. And then we're going to bake it for 7 to 10 minutes.
Now this segment actually doesn't have any sound because the mic went dead. A technical issue. But we took our flatbread pizzas out of the we had grated up some cheddar and mozzarella cheese. We grated them up from a block instead of using store-bought shredded cheese because it doesn't have the preservatives and it doesn't have the chemicals in it to keep it from melting and clotting. Put our homemade marinara sauce on it. Laid it out, and Kid Chaos and Flat Stanley agreed that they wanted a pepperoni pizza, so we added pepperonis to them. We put them back in the oven for an additional 5 to 7 minutes until the cheese got melted at the 425.
Okay, so our pizzas are done. Stanley's excited. He's ready to eat. We've let him sit down for about 3 minutes to cool off. Here's Mayhem's. Here's Kid Chaos's. Kid Chaos and Stanley will be sharing a pizza.
No, he's gonna be eating his. And when he's done with this, he's gonna be hungry for ice cream.
So we've cut the pizza. We're gonna give it a shot.
Hey, pizza, you're going in. You're going into Billy Town.
This is one of the best gluten-free pizzas
In the whole wide world.
in the whole wide world. You can't even tell that it's a gluten-free pizza.
You're right.
You're right. Listen, to the kids at Mars Area Elementary, thank you for sending us Flat Stanley. If you don't know Flat Stanley, go check out his book series. He's got tons of adventures. From Mayhem and Kid Chaos, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go enjoy our pizza with Mrs. Mayhem. And
Kid Chaos.
Kid Chaos. And remember, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you are, God loves you, Mayhem loves you, and Kid Chaos loves you, and our God's big enough to meet you right where you're at. Good day.